All right, so I'm always so intrigued by the process of an artist as yourself, because not only did you star in this very difficult and physically demanding role, but you co-produced it, co-wrote it, all of that. So my question to you is, when you attack something like this, in the process, are you already imagining how you're going to attack the role, or are you objectively creating it as a picture, and then once you actually start acting it, that's when you attack the role?
A little of both. And something in between. I would say that on this one, it's interesting because I would say usually, more often than not, that when I've read a script, one of the reasons I'll decide to do it is if I start to hear a voice as an actor, if I start to feel the rhythm of that character. That was not the case on this. What I did feel and what I recognized was the activity, that it was very active, that the agenda was clear. And that was interesting. And it was also kind of a relief to me to read something because I've, with these kind of movies that are very high octane, typically you if you do them, you're going to get paid more than you're going to get for what I've been doing all my life. And so I usually pick those scripts up and think to myself when offered them, please be good. And yet I find myself reading pop violence, violence without consequence, things that I let's say would oppose in cinema, or I read things that sometimes I can like these movies of this genre as an audience, but I don't like being involved with something that winks at the audience when you're dealing with those themes, whether it's through the humor of something or, it just strikes me off. Other people feel different ways about this stuff. But largely you just feel that either the material or the director doesn't have a real understanding of violence. And so violence becomes an artificial and cartoonish thing, and you become inured to it. And in this case, I didn't feel that. And so I saw all of that, and then as an actor, I'm looking at it bit by bit, bringing stuff in from the consultants I used as a complementary writer to the piece. And so there was everything has a real life parallel, so that we went through every aspect of the story, every scene, and found a real life parallel to it that would influence the way that we approached it.
Absolutely. So many people are obviously comparing this to Pierre Morel's other film, Taken, even though it's very different in context. Do you think that sometimes if an actor or a director is really good in a genre, that they sometimes become a victim of their own comparisons because of that fact?
Well, they're a victim of it if they take on that status. They will be thrown that status. I mean, because other people will generalize them, and that happens. That'll happen here. But when I think of, for example, the movie he made with Liam Neeson, Taken, I just put it this way. Here you have a 6'4", melodically masculine voiced, good man who is risking his life only for the people he loves. And here you have a 5'9", not melodically voiced, very conflicted man who is basically looking out for himself and getting other people hurt in the meantime. To me, they're very different movies.
I agree.
Yeah.
But he does action really well.
He's sensation. Oh, Pierre?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does filmmaking really well, and he happens to, have an affinity for this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really excited about your next directorial effort with, we're going to see Javier Bardem, of course, who co-starred in this. You haven't been behind the lens since 2007's Into the Wild, which is an amazing film. What just made you want to get back behind there?
The material, cast. This is a movie called The Last Face, and it was just an extraordinary love story, but also a story that was in very current issues, and really moving to me. So, yeah.
I'm excited. And I have one just kind of general industry question for you. With this recent superhero craze, which is just everywhere we look, do you think that there's, like, what is the reasoning within the last decade that this has just taken off? Do you think, like, what is the cause of this? Why have people just gravitated behind this now?
Well, there's an unholy greed between the actors and the studios, and a need to be, part of that band that does that. And I think a desperate fear that that's all that's going to be there to do. And so it's taken over. I think it's, there's some of these movies are dazzling, terrific, and I know a lot of kids that really enjoy all of that. I only take exception to that it's destroyed a lot of invention. There's not people in this unholy alliance of the filmmakers and the film financiers. They really are taking no bold risks at all, and film is a lucky thing to be involved in. And if you're in it just for the guaranteed money, I'm against you.
Well, this was such a fun ride. We can't wait to have it on our screens, and I want more action from you, so thank you for that.
Thanks.
Take care.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.